I want to tell that story. May I? Shut up. No, I'm really a nice guy. I'm a nice guy. Ask my wife. By the way, it's my wife's birthday today. So, I love you. But Jenna Fischer, this is a really cool story, and this really is exactly how it went down. I was on the set of The Office, and I was hanging out at the reception desk, and we were in between lighting setups or whatever, and I leaned on, I was eating the candy out of the little dispenser, and Jenna Fischer was like, hey, you know, Rain, I was speaking, Jenna used to be married to James, and they were very good friends, and she said, you know, I was talking to James the other night, and I was like, hey, James, you should do that movie Super. That was my favorite script that you ever wrote. And she said, and then James said, well, I've never had anyone that could play the lead. And Jenna was like, what about Rain? I think Rain would be great in it. And she said, oh, and James thought that was a great idea. Can I have him send you the script? And I was like, sure, it sounds really cool. And so she, right then and there, she texted James, yeah, send Rain the script for Super. Here's his email. And I went over to my Dwight desk, and I brought up Internet Explorer, and I went over and, it's not a Mac, there was the script from James, and I sent it over to the PAs, and they printed it out in the office, and I was reading it in my trailer, and true story, 22 pages in, I texted James, and I said, I'm in, I want to do this movie, my hands are shaking. And I was so captivated by the script. Because the first 22 pages you see, I mean, there's drama, and there's romance, and there's heartbreak, and the long prayer monologue to God, and the animation sequence, and the ultra-violence, and it was like, this is so cool! And, you know, I went in to my agents and manager. I have an agent manager here tonight. Hi, guys. I love you, too. Not as much as my wife. You're fired, actually. You're both fired. And I was like, this is the next movie I want to make. I want to make this movie. And they were really, actually, very helpful. And so it started the whole process. So Jenna Fischer is the reason that this movie happened.
Yeah, that's totally true. I wrote this script originally in 2002. And you know, there was a time when I had some financing for the movie. I just couldn't agree with the people that were financing it on who would be a lead. Because it needed to be somebody that was could handle the dramatic part of it, comedic part of it, who was big enough goof, you could think he was getting picked on by the guys at the diner, and was also a big enough, powerful guy that you could see him kicking ass at the end. There was just nobody who I really thought would work, even though a lot of people wanted to play the role. And then Jenna just kept bothering me about it until finally she brought up Rain, and it just seemed to make sense. So, and you did text me after 22 pages, but I also wrote you back and said, maybe you should get to the end, because there's a few things that happen, violence-wise, that are a little bit different than the first 22 pages. But yeah, it's all because of Jenna this movie exists.